it's Jessii Vee, and today we're going to be continuing our It's Near You series. I don't know what I did there. Am I playing the piano or something? Today's topic is Arkansas. So I just want to say I'm editing this video and I realized that I said Arkansas and not Arkansas. And I feel kind of dumb about it. And I almost don't want to post this video, but I'm going to anyway. I'm Canadian. I'm confused. English is hard, alright? Please forgive me as we move forward. Okay, alright, bye. And I actually found quite a lot of stuff there, and the first story I'm going to talk about is actually really creepy. Like, it gave me the chills when I read it. Once again, Ty is using my laptop to edit right now, so I have to look off of my phone for all of these facts, so just, you know, bear with me, because my phone might be in my face the whole time. I don't know. I'll try not to, like, have it right here, you know. Also, a lot of you guys were pointing out my phone case. I know it's a picture of Ty and I. I know. My friends have been making fun of me. They've been like, really? Really, you have a picture of you guys? That's so cheesy. What are you doing, Jessii? And I embrace it. I love this phone case though. Leave me alone. Before I get into this video, I'm just gonna remind you once again that if you want to win this backdrop behind me, you only have about a week and a half to enter. All you have to do is be subscribed to this channel, so my Jessii Vee channel, turn on the notification bell, then head over to my other channel called Vee Vlogs, subscribe there. The link is down below in the description. And then lastly, go and comment on the video where I show my college art portfolio and comment your favorite piece. So it's really just like 3 steps? I don't know, but good luck. Okay, so the first place we're gonna talk about is Highway 365. I don't know what it is, but something about haunted roads really intrigued me, and I've said this before, but there are actually a few haunted roads near my house that I really want to go visit. So let me know down below if that'd be something you're interested in, because I have done a haunted road video before, but like there's more. There's more I can go to, so let me know. So let's start with the first story about this road. Years ago, a young man was driving south of Little Rock when he saw a young girl on the roadside. So it was this really nice man, and he offered to give her a ride in his car. He draped his coat around her shoulders because she was freezing and soaking wet. So she got into his car and she basically gave him the directions to her house. So he drove her to her house, which actually wasn't far from where he picked her up. And when he got out of his seat and walked over to her door to help her out of the car, when he opened her door, she wasn't there. So he was a little bit confused, but he still decided to walk up to the door of the house. So he knocked on the door, a woman answered, and he basically explained what just happened, how he picked up maybe this woman's daughter on the side of the road and tried to drop her off. And this is the really creepy part. This is what the lady replies to him. That young girl is my daughter who passed away years ago. She hitchhikes back home once a year. And the man, when he heard this, he was obviously shocked, and I don't think he believed her straight away. So the lady gave him directions to this little girl's grave. So he drove to her gravesite, and laying on top of her gravestone was this man's coat. I mean, I don't know if this story is necessarily scary. I feel like it gives me the creeps because I don't know, it's sad, but it's just eerie. It says it's a lovely tale of a residual haunting, which means a haunting that continues to occur over and over without any change in the story, as if it's looped on a recording. Yeah, I've heard a residual haunting before. It's usually like when there's an anniversary of someone's death or an anniversary of something really bad happening. On that time every year, the past will kind of replay. That might be the easiest way to describe it. It's almost as though the grief and sadness of the woman's loss is so strong that it burned itself into the ribbon of time itself. Aw, that's so sad. And I mean, any parent losing a child, that is absolutely devastating. Like, it rips a hole in your soul. So I mean, I can get how that would cause time to sort of loop. Okay, the next place we're gonna talk about is the Mount Holly Cemetery. So yet another cemetery. Several reports of paranormal sightings and photographs taken at the property have been made, including apparitions of people dressed in period clothing and bright lights and mists. This is a really common thing for cemeteries. I feel like any haunted cemetery in the world that you look up, it'll say that people have taken photos there and like ghosts are in the background, because you got to think about how many people are buried in a graveyard. Like, there's tons. And think about that time that I went to the Boston Mills Cemetery, and in the back of my footage there was that like creepy man standing there. Like, it's really easy to capture ghosts at cemeteries and graveyards. Some visitors have claimed that statues have been mysteriously relocated to the lawns of nearby houses. Excuse me? So the statues that were in this cemetery, like around the graves, mysteriously moved to like neighborhoods where people live and it's on the front of their lawn. Imagine that happening to you. The sounds of a flute echo have also been heard, and trinkets and small items have been known to appear and disappear around the graves. Whenever I hear like flute in regards to something paranormal happening, I freak out because, as you know, the flute man has been a dream that I've had since I was a kid, and I hate flutes. I don't like flutes. The next place we're going to talk about is the 1886 Crescent Hotel and Spa. So I don't know if we've talked about a haunted spa before. That's really interesting because a spa is supposed to be a place of like calm and happiness, but no. There's ghosts there. This spa is said to be one of the most popular haunted destinations. Visitors can stay overnight and take tours revealing the secret underground passages and the property's old morgue, and they can also hear the multitude of hauntings that have been reported throughout the years. That'd be so cool to be taken on a tour and shown secret passageways. I feel like that's a dream. Like, you know when you watch like medieval movies and stuff and there's like secret passages in the walls? I want to be there. The most well-known ghost of the Crescent is Michael, a stone cutter who helped build the hotel and who passed away from falling at the location of room 218. Is it just me, or does every haunted room start with a 2? Literally every haunted room I've ever talked about has like started with a 2. It's been like 200 and something. So that room is now the Crescent's most requested room. Yeah, like if I was there, I would stay there too. The next thing we're gonna talk about is kind of an urban legend. It's called The Lady in Black. And wasn't there like a movie called The Lady in Black? Or The Woman in Black, maybe it was called. But that has nothing to do with this one, by the way. This one is about lost love and it's heartbreaking. In Arcadophilia, okay, that's not the word. In Arkadelphia, there we go. There are 2 universities, the Henderson State University and Wichita Baptist University, and there is a big rivalry between both schools. So according to the legend, back in the 1920s, there was a student from Henderson named Josh, and he was dating Jane, and Jane was from the other school, so the rivalry school. So his friends teased him and then threatened to not be his friend because she went to the other school. So his friends were not being very nice to him because he was dating Jane. They were threatening him and making fun of him and not letting him be around them while he was dating this other girl from this other school. He finally broke up with her after all the pressure, and it was at the worst time because he broke up with her at homecoming. She was so distraught she put on a black dress and veil and walked over to a cliff in her area, and I'm sure you can assume what she did next. It's a very sad story. And the locals say that every year around homecoming you can see her walking across campus looking for the guys that made her boyfriend break up with her. And they say that she always walks around in her homecoming outfit, so the black veil, black dress, it's ooh. The next urban legend that we're going to talk about is the White River Monster. And I feel like whenever I see monster, I get a little bit skeptical. I do believe in the paranormal wholeheartedly, but I feel like when it comes to monsters, I'm a little iffy. Like sometimes it takes a lot of convincing. Since 1915, along the White River near Newport, the monster has appeared several times and has become a local legend. Locals call the monster Whitey, and sightings of him began in 1915. So it has one of the encounters right here that I'm going to read. It says, on July 1st of 1937, a man named Bramlett Bateman, who was the owner of a plantation near the river, saw the monster. He reported it as having gray skin and being as wide as a car and 3 car lengths long. Do you guys realize how big that is? As news began to spread, construction of a huge rope net to capture the monster began, because of course when people find out about something crazy and different, they always want to capture it and kill it, which I don't think is always fair. But anyways, they started making this net. However, Whitey was not captured and the construction of the net stopped because of the lack of money and materials. So they couldn't make it, it'd have to be a really big net and they just couldn't afford it. So other witnesses described this monster as having a spiny back and 20 feet long. And just for more evidence, a trail of 3-toed, 14-inch prints were found near the White River area. And I feel like that could just be like any animal, but they were convinced it was this one. So it says there have been no recent sightings, but there have been hundreds of stories about people seeing Whitey over the years and in history. It is hypothesized to be anything from a huge fish to an elephant seal, though none of the theories fully explain Whitey. I just spit everywhere. Okay, the last place we're gonna talk about is the Peale Peale Mansion. There always has to be a haunted mansion. Peale Mansion was built in 1875 by Samuel Peale, and it is now said to be haunted by both Samuel himself and his daughter Minnie Bell. Minnie is commonly cited as a woman in white wandering around Peale Mansion, and she is often heard playing the piano just as beautifully as she did in life. Although it is said that if anyone enters the room while she is playing the music, it will abruptly stop. Wow, something about piano music is absolutely haunting. Even when I played the piano, like certain songs, you can make it just sound beautifully haunting. So imagine just sleeping and suddenly hearing this like piano music. And then Samuel is said to haunt his former home, and his spirit has been seen in various parts of the house. And this place has ghost walks every Tuesday and Thursday, which is really cool. I love when buildings embrace like the haunted aspect of them and allow ghost tours, because a lot of places don't like to be affiliated with like the paranormal, so I love when places do. Anyways though guys, those are all of the places that we're going to talk about today. Obviously there are so many and I can't cover them all, so if you live around there or if you know any other haunted places, definitely feel free to comment it down below in the description. Not in the description, in the comment section. I always say the description. Anyways though guys, I hope you have an awesome rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!